guys, Multi-Classic Gamer here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Battle for Bikini Bottom on Xbox. So, in the last episode, we started Goo Lagoon after finishing off downtown Bikini Bottom, and I told you guys I was going to do some grinding off screen in between this episode and the last one. And well, yeah, I left my game running for 3 hours. It literally took me 3 hours to get 85,266 shiny objects from doing that trick. And I want to talk more about that, but first things first, I want to look at something real quick. Because when you walk up to these scallops on the, this ambient scallops, they'll immediately fly up and disappear. After, yeah, they just fly up, and watch this. They just disappear. Like I always wondered about that. Well, actually, I guess I never actually wondered about that until now. But I was like, yeah, do they just randomly disappear? And yeah, they literally disappear. So that's kind of funny. But anyways, I just wanted to take a look at that. And now we're going to go back to Bikini Bottom because I wanted to get this out of the way first things first in this episode. I know this is kind of weird to be starting the episode off going back to Bikini Bottom while we're still in the middle of the third world Goo Lagoon. But yeah, we're going to get this over with first things first. Mr. Krabs here. Actually charges 3,000 shiny objects the first time. I totally had my count wrong.
So, do you want to trade shiny objects for a golden spatula?
Yeah, sure thing, Mr. Krabs. So yeah, the first time you trade 3,000.
That's quality craftsmanship, that is. Come again.
And that's that. And you do this 8 times. And again, the price increases with every single golden spatula. So this time, it's going to be... Oh, I didn't see how much it was that time. But I believe it's like 3,500 or something like that. I think it goes up like 500 at first, but then the price like increases or something.
So, do you want to trade shiny objects for a golden spatula? That's
okay, yeah, it just doesn't say it anymore. That's kind of weird, but whatever. Huh. And as you can see, Mr. Krabs is kind of hovering off the ground. That's kind of funny. Yeah, we're just going to keep going doing this eight times. But you can see on the menu, but at the same time, in order to, because the thing is, Mr. Krabs and Patrick, their menus are like towards the bottom of the pause screen. So, in order to see them, I have to like rotate down. Well, yeah, I have to scroll down to the bottom of the screen. That involves spoiling some of the future level names, which I guess isn't that big a deal. But still, whatever. But anyways, yeah, you still wouldn't have another 40,000 shiny objects because there's something else. Okay, so now it says here 7,500. Okay, I swear it wasn't that much, but yeah, I guess my counts are way off. And I'm pretty sure that's all of them. And then he says,
the only good robot is the one that's given me them shiny objects.
So Mr. Krabs is calling SpongeBob a robot? Because we're the only ones that have been giving you shiny objects. I don't know. I guess I think I actually kind of understood that at some point, but I don't anymore, so whatever. Either way, let's get back to business here in Goo Lagoon. So now we have 28 golden spatulas. We have, again, almost more than half, or more than twice the amount needed to move on to secondary Bikini Bottom. So yeah, we're just about ready to go there. Okay, I think we already did everything we need to do with Patrick. We got the sock on top of that lifeguard tower. Yep, that's it for Patrick for now. And that, my friends, is the only time you ever play as Patrick in Goo Lagoon. Wah, wah. Okay, not really. That'd be pretty lame if that was the case. What's up, Miss Buff?
Oh no! The children's balloons have been overfilled! They're carrying the children out of control!
I don't know, Mrs. Puff. It looks like they're having a lot of fun.
Yes, too much fun if you ask me. You can save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons. Bubble bash all the balloons, then come see me for a reward.
Can do, Mrs. Puff.
Okay, so yeah, the children's balloons are actually considered like the main MacGuffins of this level. Bubble bashing these balloons, even though the actual real mission of Goo Lagoon is, destroying the robot that took everyone's sunscreen. So that's where things get kind of complicated. So sometimes the MacGuffins in a level are not necessarily the main objective of the level. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. This is the first case of that happening. But yeah, either way, it's a very simple mission that you have to do. And for some reason, that robot did not notice me there. Come on, notice me, senpai. Thank you. Alright, anyways, we got our third child to save here. And this one is, okay, so whenever you see these planks with, these wooden planks with yellow and blue stripes in the middle of them, that means they sink, so gotta watch out for that. Let's see if I can, not quite. For some reason, I had this strange belief that you could bubble bash in the middle of the air. I don't know why I did. But anyways, let's get that kid up there. There we go, and he happened to land on the post, one of the posts. Okay, whatever. And here it is, the Goo Lagoon Lighthouse. Not as exciting or as, you know, intimidating as it was in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, but whatever. It's still pretty cool that's here, I guess. Right behind the juice bar. And on top of the juice bar, some of Patrick's socks. Alright. Also in Goo Lagoon, there are 11 of Patrick's socks to find. Okay, so yeah, it's actually... Oh yeah, I already mentioned last episode that Goo Lagoon had the second most socks behind Judge. That's right. That is right. Okay, now we got 2 more kids to save. But over here, we're going to take a break from that and actually switch back to Patrick. Yep, already switching back to Patrick, not long after we already did before. Well, actually we have a single mission to do with Patrick here. Basically what you do is you take these 3 stone tikis, and you need to stack them by that cliff there. This is the way you're supposed to get up to the top of that cliff. People have found other ways to get up there. Besides, like, for instance, jumping from the top of that sandcastle, which we will also be getting to in this episode. But for now, got some tiki platforming to do. Alright. We got checkpoints, and we got paid 2,200 shiny objects to get this one. And it makes a button appear. Wow. 2,200 shiny objects for a button. That's a pretty expensive button right there. Let's hope that pressing this button was actually worth 2,200 shiny objects. Then again, the thing that we're going to be paying 40,000 shiny objects for, you know, better be worth it too. But, spoiler, it's not really that worth it. Not worth 40,000, that's for sure. It's a good thing to have, but it's not worth 40,000 when you actually find out what it is. They're going to be a little disappointed, just a tad, but still, it's still something kind of cool. What's also kind of cool is this golden spatula right here. It's already up to almost 30. We're almost 30% through the game now. You know, that's actually one thing I'm wondering is, are there going to be more golden spatulas in Rehydrate? Probably not, but at the same time, they said there's going to be unused content that was originally going to be in this game. Well, that was cut from this game that is going to be in Rehydrate, so I'm not quite sure how they're going to work that in if there's going to be the same amount of golden spatulas as there were in this game. But, I guess we'll see. And of course, there's going to be no acknowledgement for the GBA or PC version, because, and by PC version I mean the original PC version of Battle for Bikini Bomb, which is completely different from this game, aside from the plot, obviously. But we'll actually talk about that more once we actually get to the PC version's marathon, which we'll be doing after the GBA version. The Heavy Iron Studios also had nothing to do with the GBA and PC versions of Battle for Bikini Bomb. Those were developed by Vicarious Visions and All Games, respectively. So, those are. With that said, you can guess that there's going to be completely different gameplay elements in those games than there were in this one. In fact, actually, they're completely different styles of games too. Completely different genres and everything. All right, kid, come on. Something tells me you have control over where this balloon goes, and you don't want to, you don't want to lose these balloons. And I can't blame you, considering you're over, goo, and you're gonna drown if you fall in. But you know what? Mrs. Puff said to save the children, and save the children we must. There we go. See, he landed on a plank. He'll be fine. It's not like he's horrified or anything from the experience he just went through. SpongeBob says they look like they're having a lot of fun, when they're holding the balloons. And then once you actually do supposedly save them, I'm putting my, fingers in quotes here. I have a hard time believing that they actually are having fun, actually being saved. Because here's the thing. Oh, crap. Dang it! Missed my chance there. You'll see what I'm trying to say here in a second. Yeah, right here. Yeah, all kids rescued. the text says that there is a kid, you know, drowning like SpongeBob here. Just glad we took care of that before we died. Actually, yeah, that was our first death in Let's Play, too. It's kind of shameful, but whatever. 3 Worlds End's not that bad, I guess. But I could have done a lot better. And this right here is as close as you can possibly get to that last lifeguard tower. So, needless to say, I made... Oh! Apparently the kid respawned in a different location after I died. But where'd the other one respawn at? I don't see him. Oh, he's over there, okay. Alright, whatever. So I guess they are technically rescued now. They actually feel like they're rescued, unlike before.
My hero! You've saved the children. Here's a golden spatula as a reward.
Yay! Well, yeah, there's also these fireworks that... Let's talk about the fireworks real quick, because there are fireworks that go off whenever you collect a golden spatula and one of Patrick's socks. In the GameCube version, those fireworks are present, but they don't have any, have any audio to them. Like you can't hear them, you just see them. And I didn't realize until I played the Xbox and PS2 versions that those are actually supposed to have sound to them. So it's another interesting thing I missed growing up is those fireworks, you know. Just another very small detail about the game, but still, it's a detail regardless. Okay, so here we are at the big Sandcastle. We have a Sandcastle contest here in Goo Lagoon. And we have an NPC here with, well, a non-speaking NPC with his good old pink floaty. Good for you, sir. If you are, sir. You could be a her. Whatever. And also, if you go over here, you'll find some pretty nice Easter eggs. Like, for instance, most importantly, we have an Atari 2600 controller made out of sand. I pointed this out in my original Let's Play, so moving on from there. Now, if you bring down the stack of tikis here, they're placed very, very specific, so there's probably a reason for that. Well, you're supposed to use them to get up to the top of this mini sandcastle here, or this fort, or whatever, to get another one of Patrick's socks.
SpongeBob, I heard that you were collecting golden spatulas.
You were the one who's... Bubble Buddy... How did you not know before? You were talking about them when we first talked to you in Bikini Bottom. What are you talking about?
Yes, Bubble Buddy, I am. Have you seen one?
Why, yes. We were having a sandcastle contest, and somebody put a golden spatula on the top.
If I had a castle, I'd name it Fort Pattytown III. And Fort Pattytown III would have a big bake sale every Monday.
The golden spatula?
Oh, at the top of the sandcastle, right. That should be easy to reach.
Well, perhaps you should see for yourself.
You should never ever speak those words, SpongeBob. Never ever say something should be easy, because whenever you say that, things ain't gonna be so easy. So anyways, you press this button, and it opens up a gate in front of you, but closes one behind you, noticeably. And as a result, this somehow causes the water to rise, because there's it's like a running water thing over there. And yeah, we gotta get to higher ground faster. There's a nice little shortcut you can take right here. And this freezy fruit, keep that in mind for later, because I am going to make that freezy fruit obsolete. That's right. I know how to do this without that freezy fruit. I'm gonna do it. First, we gotta duplicate Electron here. Well, we don't have to, but whatever. Why not? Now, these beach balls, man. These beach balls. These are... I think you get the idea, and thank God there's a checkpoint right there. I had a lot of trouble with these beach balls, like, in my original Let's Play, so let's not repeat that, shall we? Let's not repeat that. Okay. So there's actually 2 of these cannons you have to destroy. Well, it's recommended that you destroy them if you don't want to deal with them more than you have to. Oh god. Oh god. These beach balls are a lot harder to avoid than you would think. They do seem like they're pretty slow, but no, they're pretty deadly. But thankfully, we outsmarted them. We outsmarted a metallic cannon. Okay, and there we are. Or here we are at the top of the Sandcastle. Let's get that golden spatula. I think this is number 30 now, isn't it? Or 31, actually. Yep, 31. You get them pretty fast early on in the game. Okay. Now, we're going to... First things first, I want to get to the top of the Sandcastle. The very, 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 very tippy top. So what you do is you go around here. And... Alright, here we go. So, this is a less convenient way to grind for shiny objects. You see right here, you get a lot of shiny objects from destroying this, you know, sport of tikis are up here. And conveniently, there's also a new area of Goo Lagoon right behind us here. You know, right where these tikis are. So what people do sometimes is they'll go through this loading screen and then come back and reload this area to destroy those tikis over and over and over again. I'd highly recommend against doing that because it is very slow, and not only that, but it actually requires input from you. And that means that's getting back into, okay, let's see if I do this. Oh. This will make it easier, actually. Yeah, it does. All right. I was not intending to actually grab onto that ledge. Apparently you can. That worked out really well. Okay. All right, so next thing we want to do is, yeah, I guess that's the only downside of doing that trick is that now you have to make your way back to the top, which isn't that difficult, but still. So talking about the shiny object grinding thing I was talking about, or yeah, which I was already talking about earlier. Jeez. Well, first things first, let's enter the Goo Lagoon Sea Caves, because it's quite an interesting area of Goo Lagoon, actually, coming up here.
Hello, Gary. What's new? Meow. You don't say. Squidward bought a new sweater. Oh, he's so crazy. Meow. And there's a golden spatula at the end of this cave. Wow.
So, I did mention that the grinding shiny object thing is my least favorite part about this game. And I still, to an extent, agree with that, but I will say this much. At the very least, it's something that the game can do for you. You know, it's one of those cases where you don't... once you get to the right spot in the lighthouse at the bottom where behind the Duplicatotron, once you get just to the right spot, the game does the rest of the work for you. And in that respect, it's a lot better than some of the other games where you have to grind certain forms of currency or something in order to get something done, basically. But still, the fact that you have to grind in order to get stuff done is still pretty annoying. I guess it's pretty similar to grinding, experience in a lot of those old RPGs, basically. It's kind of in line with that, I suppose. So, a lot of what you're going to be doing here in the Goo Lagoon Sea Caves is bringing down these stalactites or mites. Again, I keep on forgetting what the difference well, I know what the difference is between the two, I just don't know. I just get the two confused, basically. But yeah, basically you're doing a lot of platforming on them by bringing them down, so... And actually you're going to have to go through a circle around here in order to get to the end of these sea caves, which is directly ahead of us. But also, unlike any other area in the game, this is the only area where the sea levels actually rises and lowers through regular intervals, basically. So you can't, you don't have any control over it, so you just gotta wait for it to go back down sometimes. Which is also kind of annoying. We got these pufferfish that we had back in Jellyfish Fields, except smaller here. But also, we have a bit of platforming on floating tikis to do. And this is actually kind of important because it leads us to one of Patrick's socks. And also some interesting paintings on the walls here too, which obviously if you look at them from just the wrong angles, they are actually not attached to the wall at all whatsoever, so it's kind of funny. But over here is the sock, and also we got Monsoon and some other robots too, so you gotta watch out for them. And if you hit those center tikis at just the right moment, then it will destroy all the robots, but whatever. Still got what we need accomplished here. So, anyways, we're inside the sea cave, so it's probably a little cooler in here than outside, obviously. but cannot be as cold as anywhere near as cold as where I am because, yeah, it's, as you guys know, it is November, obviously, and having just moved to Wisconsin 6 months ago, yeah, this is my first winter here. I'm going to my first winter at Wisconsin, and it's 10 degrees outside right now as I'm recording this. It's like 2 in the morning, but still, it's really, really cold outside. I've seen, you know, single digits before in Washington State, like on the east side, but still, I already know for a fact it's gonna get a lot colder than this. I'm gonna see plenty of probably negatives out here. I wouldn't doubt it whatsoever. But whatever, what can you do? You gotta take the good with all the bad too. So that's just how it goes whenever you move somewhere. And honestly, I don't mind. I mean, like, it's gonna make me a bit more, you know, bit more likely to spend all my time indoors, but honestly that's no different than it was during the summer, because I spend a lot of my time indoors during the summer too, because that's just how I am. It's just, I do these Let's Play videos for you guys, I play video games, so there's really not much difference between winter and summer. It just means that I'll be spending even more time indoors than I did already before. So, but, oh well, I'm used to it, I don't mind it. I don't mind being an indoor person. That's just how I've always been. Okay, so 32 golden spatulas. There's one more thing we can do before we end up this episode. We're going to go back to the beginning of the caves and we'll switch to Patrick. Because Patrick has other stuff to do in here. Mainly getting one of his own socks. And again, I must ask, Patrick, why not just turn the socks on yourself right now and give us the golden spatula? But no. Now, one thing I do love about the Xbox version, I think it's the case in the PS2 version as well, but maybe not too much, maybe to a little lesser extent, is the ice is a lot more realistic, basically, in this version. So that's one thing that's really awesome. So it makes it look cooler, and also the water as well. The goo. It's actually goo. But anyways, that's going to be for this episode, y'all. Next time on Battle for Keep On Xbox, we're going to take on the Goo Lagoon Pier and finish off Goo Lagoon. See you guys then. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'd like to give a special shout out to currently my only patron, JC the Texas Scratcher. If you want your channel featured here or early content, consider supporting me on Patreon. If you like what you see, consider subscribing and clicking the bell to be notified of new episodes. See y'all tomorrow for another video.